What's going on, Average Tech Guy here, and today we are back. And yes, this is my second part to my unboxing, review, first impression of the brand new iPad Air 4. Now, we got a lot to talk about, so let's jump right into it.
For all time's sake.
So I've given you my first impression video, and first impression of this thing was really promising. It was really good, and I enjoyed using this tablet over the last week. Now, a couple of things I did notice was the form. I really didn't realize how much I missed the 11-inch or 10-inch form factor until I use this. This thing is extremely portable. It's able to go just about anywhere that you would like it to go. It's very discreet. When you take it out, it's barely there. And there's not a whole lot that you can say about the screen and the form factor because it carries over from the iPad Pro. We can't get away from these very slim bezels that are on the sides. It's almost as if the bezels were put there just for you to be able to have something to hold on to. And it really comes in handy. Those bezels are super slim so that they kind of minimize any accidental touches. You never really have to worry about that. As you're holding this, everything is nice, it's comfortable, and this thing basically just flows with your everyday life. Speaking of flow, I had to get used to the new fingerprint scanner. Now, a lot of times when you're holding this in a landscape mode, you're going to just be able to touch it with that index finger. But I found that if you do both fingers, both index fingers, you can actually get to it easily when you're in that portrait mode as well. So if you're holding it upright, right hand, click. And if you're holding it landscape, left hand, click. And that usually comes in handy, and it usually basically just works like that. And when you actually set this up from the beginning, Apple asks you to put it in two separate orientations so that you can get multiple fingers. And I think it's a really good idea that you make room for multiple fingers on this device. Now, one of the biggest features about this new system is the A14 chip. Now, not saying the A14 is going to be that much better than the A12 Bionic, but I will be doing a head-to-head comparison in the iPad Pro. Now, it won't be the Pro 11, it will be the Pro 12.9 because that's the one that I have. I'm going to do a benchmark, I'm going to do all that kind of stuff, so just stay tuned for that video. But performance on this thing is great. Mainly I'm using this for entertainment, I'm using it for a little bit of productivity, and I also use this for gaming. And I like my Asphalt 9, and I like to play with my Xbox controller, and this thing handles these graphics, it handles this game perfectly. It handles controllers, it handles third-party accessories such as your mice, your pencils, things of that nature. It handles everything like a champ. I can't say enough about the way this device actually works and the things that it will work with. And speaking of things that it will work with, now with the introduction of USB Type-C, we're able to get full use out of hubs. We're able to get full use out of our memory devices such as our hard drives and our SSD. And I've been really taking advantage of that because I have a lot of things on my SSD and my hard drives, and I'm able to just basically port them over. I can even use them just for streaming. If I want to plug it up, watch a movie that's on the drive itself, that's basically a go. There's no issue with that. And then if you want to edit videos, feel free to go ahead and do so. I've been trying to learn how to use LumaFusion, and that's probably one of the biggest things that's going to be on my to-do list before the end of this year, is to basically master LumaFusion so I don't have to carry my MacBook. But right now, I edit everything on my MacBook. I shoot it on my camera or I shoot it on my cell phone and I port it over. But if I was able to do that right here with this tablet, there'd be no issues. Now, I've seen tons of videos where people have actually been able to do that. I'm not going to try right now because I'm not a pro in LumaFusion. I will tell you that it is easy to port any of your SSD or your hard drive information into that program, get it uploaded, and then you're ready to go with your editing process. Now, all I got to do is learn how to use it. So I was really disappointed in the color of this because I was thinking the blue would be a little darker, and a lot of times it's hard for that blue to show up on the camera, but there are tons of other colors. You got a green, which I heard it's actually hard to show up on the camera. You also have that rose gold, and then you have the silver and the space gray as well. But the form factor overall is great. The screen quality is second to none. You have tons of third-party devices and even Apple devices that you can use with this that are going to help you be more productive and that are going to enhance your entertainment experience. Then you have USB Type-C, which is probably one of the biggest things, the biggest deals to people, because the world is actually moving towards USB Type-C. Apple, iPhone, get it? But the iPad moving towards that peripheral is probably one of the biggest things that we've had. Just because it opens up a whole new world for you to be able to be productive and to use your entertainment. Now, the question that most people are gonna want to know is this the right device for me? Now, I will tell you, at the $599 price point, this thing is an excellent buy. Matter of fact, I actually looked up the $599 price point on the tablet, the Logitech Crayon, which is about 60 to 70 bucks, and then the Logitech Folio Touch, which is about 150 bucks, 160 bucks. So actually buying all those devices will keep you in between the $800 and $900 price range. But if you go out and buy the iPad Pro, just the iPad Pro, you're starting off in the $800, $900 price range. Now, keeping that in mind, you're going to have to add an Apple Pencil, which is going to run you another 130 bucks. And then on top of that, an Apple Magic Keyboard that's going to run you anywhere from 300 to 350. So adding that up, that's going to put you anywhere in between the $1,300 and $1,400 price range for all of those devices. So for the average Joe, this is the device that you want to go for. Price on this is great. The accessories, you can actually get the Apple accessories themselves, or you can go for the third-party accessories that are just as good and do almost exactly the same thing and save some money. I know a lot of people are saying that money is not an issue. If money's not an issue, you just go for what you want. For the average person who's trying to save a buck or two, I think this one is the way to go. Now, I've done reviews on Logitech keyboards as well as the Logitech Crayon, and I'm going to link those below so you can check it out for yourself. But this thing is probably one of the best budgets of this year. It's user friendly. It's got a great price. It's got the same form factor as the Pro. Graphics almost same as the Pro. Now, you are missing the 120 Hz refresh rate on the screen, and the Apple Pencil is smooth on here, but it's not as smooth as the Pro just because of that refresh rate. So if you're an artist, you may want to jump for that Pro. But like I said, the average person is not really concerned with the pencil smoothness. They're not going to be able to tell the difference, just to let you guys know. If the average person looks at you writing on an iPad, they're going to say, oh, that looks nice. Where'd you get that? Versus me looking at it saying, oh, there's a little lag right there. Nobody's going to notice. I guarantee it. But this thing is really the way to go. So hopefully that has been able to help someone out. I'm going to be doing, like I said, I'm going to be doing speed tests on this thing against the iPad Pro, and I'm going to be doing a full comparison with the iPad Pro. And just keep in mind, I do have the 12.9, so it may not be a fair fight, but I will be doing it just for the sake of doing it, just to see how much faster the iPad Pro is than this device, which I'm pretty sure in saying that this one will probably even beat it in Geekbench somewhere, just to keep that in mind. Until next time, be sure to continue to give me that big thumbs up, and please subscribe. Average Tech Guy out. Peace.